Okay, so video 4, class 10 science. Okay, we'll do this question. On your tuition note, it will be question 27 on textbook. This one here. Question number 3, page 23. Page 23. You can see here, 23. So metal compound A reacts with dilute hydrochloric acid to produce effervescence. The gas evolved extinguishes a burning candle. Write the balanced chemical equation. That's your question. For the reaction, if one of the compound is calcium chloride. So calcium chloride is mentioned as product. So question is saying here, follow me. Metal compound A reacts with, the question says dilute hydrochloric acid. So dilute HCl to give effervescence. And then a compound called calcium chloride. So we need to get the clue from here. Calcium chloride means definitely A will be calcium. So you write here calcium. Above the calcium, you write the symbol Ca. Calcium ion Ca2 plus, but calcium is Ca, na? And dilute HCl means, you can just write here dilute hydrochloric acid if you want. Then above that, H1 plus Cl, hydrogen chloride, and put AQ at the back means acid. If you put, it's good. If you forget, it's okay. This calcium is a solid metal. Now go to page 47 of your textbook. Then on page 47, there you'll see a table called reactivity series here. 47. Right here, you can see here, calcium is well above hydrogen, means more reactive than hydrogen. Calcium is more reactive than hydrogen. So this calcium here, just now you saw, easily push out this hydrogen, and the hydrogen gas will come out. So you write here hydrogen gas will come out. You put G at the back if you want. If you don't put these things also, it's not so strict. Then it will take the place of calcium, will push out H and go here, combined with Cl. So C and Cl combined means maybe below the plus. You know now, common sense, starter. Calcium chloride is the only compound that can form there. So write down. But that's what they already mentioned in the question also. Ca2 plus Cl1. Formula, you have 1 valency 2, so 2 will go here. So this is the chemical equation, but they are saying balanced. You have to make balanced chemical equation. So here, the word balanced here means you have to make it equal number of atoms on both sides. So Ca at the back 1, here at the back 1. So it's balanced. So for H1 here 2. So to balance, you put it right in front, 2H, H2. And once you put a number right in front, it now belongs to every atom after that. If the number is at the back, then it belongs only to the one in front, not to Ca, only to Cl. But if it's in front, it belongs to everyone on the right side. So here, 2 ones are 2 Cl, here also Cl2. Check once more, Ca1, Ca1, 2H, H2, 2 Cl, Cl2. So this is the balanced chemical equation, your answer. Now go to question number 28. And the question number 28 is saying, why do the evolved hydrogen gas that you just got now extinguishes a burning candle? So when you bring a burning candle near this hydrogen, it will burn with a blue flame and popping some soup like that. But as soon as it burns, the candle will also extinguish, means muti jabo na. Because hydrogen does not support burning, does not support of combustion. Only oxygen is a support of combustion. That's why the candle couldn't burn in the atmosphere of hydrogen. Okay, the candle can burn the hydrogen gas because hydrogen is combustible, but hydrogen itself does not support the burning of candle. That's why it extinguishes the candle. Okay, next question. Look here carefully. Question number 29 on your tuition note. What do all acids and bases, all bases have in common? Explain with activity. Are all compounds containing hydrogen acids or acidic? Explain with an activity. So this question can be asked in two different forms. So let us try to do an activity here. So question number 29. You take a beaker from your school laboratory glass so that you can see what reaction is taking place inside, no? Transparent, no color. Then you take a rubber cork. Rubber means at a rubber round small piece is there, you take the one. Put one nail on the right side, kojalna, and one nail on the left side. Then it wire it up binding na, electric wire, you go and connect to one terminal of battery, let us say negative. Longer one is positive, and you like to connect two cells, so one more long line and short line. Then the power becomes more. So let us say more than one cell, 2, 3 is called battery. So this battery is 6 volt, let us say. That means it will supply current to the system. Then this side, sorry, is short, long, and this should be short. Sorry, I made a mistake. You also correct it. This should be short, and then long again. This one should be long, the longest one. Short, long, and the long one is the positive terminal of the battery. Plus, so on the post side, you put a switch also, and then also a switch. Before the switch, you put a bulb. That will be better. So here there's an electric bulb, then a switch is there, then continue the wires to switch on and off the current. Then you finally do kojallo the bandi divi. This beaker is empty so far. Now bulb is put there. Now start doing substance number 1. You put dilute hydrochloric acid. So this is dilute hydrochloric acid, let us say, liquid, and you switch on the current. Then remember always this, if current flow na, it will flow from positive towards negative always. Current never flow from negative to positive. Okay, so positive side go to negative side, therefore the arrow should be correct direction. Now when you pass switch on, bulb glow or not? Bulb here glow. Yes, it glows in the case of dilute HCl. That means here the HCl is conducting current. So why it conduct current? Why it glow means why current is passing? The reason is this: when you put HCl in water, aqua, okay, what happens is that it releases this one here, H plus hydrogen ion and chloride ion, and you know positive ion means cation and negative ion means anion. So cations and anions are released. So because they are released, positive cation will go towards the negative, moving through the liquid, and negative chloride ion will go to the positive, moving through the liquid. So because of the movement of these ions, current is flowing in the liquid and the bulb is glowing. Because they release ions, so they are good conductor. That's the reason. Number 2, you empty the beaker again and put a new liquid, dilute H2SO4 again. Now same bulb glow or not? Just like HCl, here also bulb glow, yes. Why? The reason is this. The reason is H2SO4, just like dilute hydrochloric acid, when put in water, releases H2, so 2 H plus means hydrogen ion. One molecule of sulfuric acid release 2 hydrogen ion and 1 sulfate ion. SO4, you know sulfate is SO4 2 minus, cation and ion. So they will begin to move through the water, therefore good conductor of electricity because of the movement of ions. Same reason. There will be so many cations and anions. I'm showing only one molecule in each case. There will be thousands, millions of molecules. Now let's put a third liquid. Empty the vessel. Khali kurbi aro glucose liquid hali sabi. Glucose formula is C6H12O6. C6H12O6. You put glucose. Bulb stop glowing. Bulb glow? No. So why? Why current is not passing? Because glucose cannot release ions like HCl and H2SO4. So the reason is glucose do not release cations and anions, means ions. Why they do not release, you may want to know. Because they are not, glucose is not ionic substance, therefore they cannot release ions. Then what are they? They are covalent compounds, and covalent compounds never releases ions, so the covalent compounds do not conduct electricity. And the fourth liquid, you try empty it again and put alcohol, that whiskey pure alcohol. Formula is CH3 CH2 OH. Same as glucose, it happens. Bulb do not glow. Why? Because alcohol do not release ions. And why? Because they are not ion. Alcohol is so covalent. So today we released that. We found out that only ionic substances, they release ions in water and conduct electricity. Covalent compounds do not release ions, so they are not conductors of electricity. Okay. Now, so here this second part of the question says here, are all compounds containing hydrogen acids or acidic? Here see, just now we saw two acids, they both release hydrogen ion, sulfuric acid. So we know now that acids are those substances that release hydrogen ion in water. Now the question there is asking, every substance having hydrogen atom will release hydrogen ion, will behave as acid. Only those which can release hydrogen ion are behaving as acid. No. But glucose has many hydrogen, alcohol also has many hydrogen, but they do not release the hydrogen ion, so they are not acids. So the answer here is no. Are all compounds containing hydrogen acids? No, because glucose and alcohol also contain hydrogen, but they do not release hydrogen ion, so they are not acids. Only HCl and H2SO4, those substances release hydrogen ion and they are acids. So all compounds containing hydrogen are not acids. That is answered. Okay, and then now we've done for acids. Are those substances that release hydrogen ion? Remember that. Now let us do for bases. So for bases, as you do this same experiment for bases, here, take the very common base called sodium hydroxide. Okay, same sodium hydroxide. So in the same arrangement, empty this one and put the sodium hydroxide liquid here, solution. So now when you put that inside, what will happen? The sodium hydroxide, write the formula NaOH. Name if you want to write, sodium hydroxide in water. How will it behave? It will release the sodium ion, Na plus cation, and hydroxide and OH minus anion. So because they are also releasing these ions, sodium ion and hydroxide ion, just like acids, they are also releasing cations and anions. They will move and conduct electricity, so the bulb will glow, just like acids, H2SO4 and HCl. So that is the similarity between acids and bases. So your question here, what do all acids and bases have in common? The answer is both of them release ions and conduct electricity. This is common. Okay. What is uncommon? Even though the question is not asking. Here, bases are those substances that release hydroxide ion, but acids are those substances that release hydrogen ion. That's the difference. Okay. So that answers your question. Okay. Now we will go to, you read this part here, question number 29, question answer, and just go through. You will understand yourself now through the whole thing. Pause the video and do that. One more last question is there before we give TEST2B. So let us go to that question. And that is question number 30. So write it down. Question number 30. So you take here clean test tube and dissolve some sodium chloride in water. So you take here sodium chloride just write the formula. NaCl solution. NaCl, okay, just write properly. NaCl solution means liquid. Mane nimok pani distilled water nimok olop logina. This is nimok sabji te dhale la to ide dropper ekta ra for a dropper you drop drops of here concentrated H2SO4 sulfuric acid drop by drop add koribi to reaction to kyo lawa itu test tube te reaction happen hoi thaka do sodium chloride to ide Na plus Cl minus aro to ki ase concentrated sulfuric acid to ide sulfuric acid you write here H2SO4. Now what will happen? You memorize this compound on the formula, you'll get a compound called sodium sulfate. To sodium to Jena sulfate low combine ho. So Na1 plus SO4 2 minus, so 2 will go here, 1 will Na2SO4 plus what is left now, this and this. ClRH combine kule hydrogen chloride powna. This is the gas, okay, not the acid. The gas form is called hydrogen chloride. The acid is called hydrochloric acid, okay. Hydrogen, will get the difference after 2-3 minutes now. Hydrogen chloride gas. So this is a gas, G here. So what do? You pass here in your diagram through the test tube, same test tube. Now you know this gas is coming out, so it will come out of this solution, same test tube, okay. So you close the mouth with a rubber cork having one hole through which you put a glass delivery tube. So this is HCl. The gas will begin to come out through this pipe. So it will come out HCl. Okay, so this is the gas. Now bring a wet or moist. So here this is wet blue litmus paper. Blue litmus paper, and then as you pass through the wet, the blue will turn red, and you know only acid can do that. So interestingly, when you pass this HCl gas through the wet paper, means water is there inside. Why it's turning acidic character is because this combined means H3O plus, and this is called hydronium ion. What is left outside the round Cl? So this chloride ion. So now this HCl gas, hydrogen chloride gas, can behave as acid only in water. Only when it dissolves in water, it forms the hydrogen ion, means hydrogen ion and hydronium ion. These two are same, okay, they are interchangeably used. So hydrogen ion or hydronium ion is released. That's why the blue paper is turning red. Now pass the same gas through a dry litmus paper. Now this time not wet but dry, blue, same color litmus paper. No color change. No color change. Why? Because the dry hydrogen chloride has no capacity to release hydrogen ion in the absence of water. So the dry hydrogen chloride gas is never acid, okay? Only when it dissolves in water, it releases hydrogen ion, therefore it's acid. Because for an acid to be an acid, it must release hydrogen ion. Now, just few moments back we studied. So that is what we studied. So today, this is important. The dry hydrogen chloride gas, this is right down below. You learn something new here, hydrogen chloride. This is not the acid, this is the gas. The gas is called hydrogen chloride gas. This is not acid. Then what is the acid? Hydrogen chloride gas dissolved in water means AQ at the back. This is called the hydrochloric acid. The acid is the hydrogen chloride dissolved in water is the hydrochloric acid. Why? Because HCl has the capacity to release H plus only in water now. So The HCl liquid acid that you get in a school laboratory is the AQ, releasing lots of hydrogen ion, but the dry hydrogen chloride gas has no acidic character because it cannot release hydrogen ion in dry condition. Okay, so I repeat, dry hydrogen chloride gas is HClG. The acid is HClAQ, means dissolved in water. This is the liquid, this is the gas. Okay, so when we say hydrogen chloride, we mean the gas. When we say hydrochloric acid, we mean the hydrogen chloride gas dissolved in water. Okay, so now we learned today that hydrogen ion releases hydronium ion or hydrogen ion in water. How about bases? Final topic. Okay, now before we go to the bases, just a question. Now when you do this experiment, especially in the dry case, pass through the dry litmus paper. If the weather is wet and a lot of water vapor is in the air, then the water vapor in the air may moist the blue paper, and the hydrogen chloride gas may actually turn the blue to red and causing your reaction to be not controlled. Means hawa laga pani ahagane acid is behave. So to get it passed through the dry blue litmus paper, first pass through the guard tube containing CaCl2, because calcium chloride CaCl2 is a absorber of moisture. So when you pass HCl that is coming out here through this one first, then it will dry up the moisture in the air, and the HCl will come out dry, and the litmus paper you put it here dry one. Then the blue litmus paper won't turn red because there is no water there. So if the weather is wet, you use a guard tube. If the weather is normal, you just do directly. Also moist, so it's okay, but for the dry, okay. I hope you got it. Now finally we'll go to the bases, and for the bases, acids release hydrogen ion or hydronium ion in water, but how about bases in water? So take the first famous base, sodium hydroxide. By the formula above, you know the starter now. Na1 plus OH1 minus. Then when you dissolve in water, let us say H2, the base will release sodium ion. Okay, sodium ion, and the other one you can very clearly see is OH minus, means hydroxide ion. Then let's try another base. Keep some gap. Another famous base is potassium hydroxide. K1 plus OH1 minus. Dissolve it in water. H2O. Very clear. Now K plus potassium ion and hydroxide ion will come out. Now take another base. Finally here. Just write it here. Magnesium hydroxide. Okay. Magnesium hydroxide is also a base. Write the formula yourself above here. Yes, Mg2 plus and OH1 minus. 1 and 2 can cancel. 2 will go at the back of OH1 after a bracket. 1 cannot be shifted. When you put this one in water, Mg will produce what is magnesium ion? Yes, right, Mg2 plus. So magnesium ion is released. Magnesium ion. And the other one, very obvious here, what is this? Outside the bracket 2. So you release 2 hydroxide ion. Hydroxide ion. So what did you learn today? When you dissolve any base in water, all of them release the same thing, hydroxide ion. When you dissolve any acid in water, you get hydronium ion or hydrogen ion. So the difference is acids releases hydrogen ion in water or hydronium ion in water. Bases release hydroxide ion in water. So that is the basic difference in definition of acids and bases. So that ends the portion. Once you're complete, next you will take the test. So as you take this test, remember this. You'll get a question paper like this, 2B type. The students have to practice on their own note, tuition note copy. Okay, using this same question paper, you can use this question paper. Don't write here, but use it to look. Tuition note, like posted on WhatsApp, then see there. Tuition note, teacher's help, textbook, anything you can take and start practicing on your copy, looking at the question. And then all these questions will be not outside question 17 to 30 of your tuition note. So just practice, or it'll be even in your textbook. practice. Basically it is to write the equation and balance, learn to balance them. Once you're comfortable, you practice everything and you're filling the blanks. Just now it's HCl and H3, H2, H2, all these things. When HCl, hydrogen chloride is put in water, we get hydronium ion and chloride, and hydronium H2O plus, balancing it, H2 plus 1, 3, Cl, O1, O1, okay, like that. When sodium hydroxide is put in water, we get sodium ion and hydroxide ion. Just now we did, now. See, so like that. Every answer will be there. Don't practice here on your notebook. Do. Practice it 2-3 times, 30-40 minutes. And when you are confident that you know the answers, then you make on a sheet of paper the same. No need to write these things, just write 2B, write this question, 1, keep gap, 2, gap. Okay, then question number 1, subheading 1, 2, gap, 3, gap. Make a question paper similar to this. You may or may not write these things, reaction of sodium hydroxide and all. If you want, write it. Better write it, sorry, you write it so that you can look at it and write below it. So keep exactly this portion on it. 2B you write, full marks and all you write. Name, class and all you write. Keep gap after each question, exactly like this question paper. So you can fill them up. Make a question paper with yourself, with your own handwriting. And keeping every gap similar. And then, after that, take the test yourself. Fill it up. Balance them. Check your answers. And then, click the photo and send it on WhatsApp. Front side, mention like that. Back side. Don't forget to mention your name on back page. Okay? Your name and class. So that's how you take the test. I hope that helps you. So this ends 2B portion. Next video will be video 5. I think this is video 4 is the end of the test portion, and you give test. After that you go to video. I think this is video 3 was in, this is 4 I think, so you'll go to 5 I think. This is video 4. Okay.